about a year and a half ago. We live right behind the church, and I drive past it all the time coming into my house. And they had a sign up for the spring fling, and it said crafts and breakfast and lunch and all that. And I thought had my grandkids, which I have a lot, and I had them. And so I walked over with a couple of them to the church, and they had one of the ladies was dressed up as Easter Bunny, and so she was real welcoming to the girls. And the girls and I looked at all the crafts, and we ate and we did everything. And I called my daughter on the phone, and I said, "Why don't you come over here? This is really, really cool." So I maybe should bring them. So we had lunch and all the crafts, and it was really fun.
We'd been looking for a new church home for probably about 2 years. When we arrived the first Sunday, the feeling of the church and people behind us that greeted us as we left. We were invited to a brunch, and it just really felt a warm. Those elements have been missing for a while.
We noticed vitality when we first walked in the door. People shaking our hands, greeting us. "Hi, who are you? Where do you live?"
The first time actually wasn't for service, it was for voting. The first person that she saw was Carol Kaufman. It was just particularly, there was a warmth from those initial people, so we decided to come. And the first time that we did come, the, again, overwhelming, authentic, humble, welcoming. The building, the stained glass windows, it just felt wonderful.
The first Sunday that I came to church, I came by myself and walked into the sanctuary and was greeted by Carol Kaufman, who asked, "May I sit with you?" And that made a huge impact on me. And then the following Sunday, when I came back, thought I would go sit by myself. I came in, I sat down, and Carol came up to me and said, "May I sit with you again this Sunday?" And then introduced me to members of the church, and I felt very welcome here.
I came with my grandchildren, 3 of them. When we came in, Pastor Kim remembered our names, and when we left, he said our names again, and I was very impressed by that. And everyone here in the church was very kind and greeted us and made us all feel very welcome. I really enjoyed the service. And I think the thing that impressed me the very most was on our way out, my grandson that was so anxious about going to church, we got nearly to the car and he said, "This is now my new favorite church."
One of my sisters-in-law in West Virginia is a Methodist, and I used to go with her. She was very active in her church, and I went every time we were out there in West Virginia. There, they did a weekly hospitality to the homeless. I liked Methodists. I loved the ladies, and I loved what they did. And then I just realized, well, I can be a Methodist. So my heart was open, and I just saw the way everybody treated everybody and the way they treated the community, and I just wanted to be part of that.
After 3 to 4 months of feeling as though this is a place that we would like to call our congregation, our home, we sensed that, okay, this was a place that we would just feel as though we can be part of, grow with.
We also just had this warm feeling of fellowship.
We had a stressful week that we had before one particular Sunday. I don't remember the exact day. Linda, somebody else that goes here, Linda Rumsey, she came up and just tapped Erica on the shoulder and said, "For some reason, you've just been on my heart a lot lately." We shared with Linda kind of what we had been going through that week, and she just was focused, just authentically heartfelt, interested in what we had going on in our.
And she brought other people into bringing stuff to our home, like a care package.
That day, yeah.
That very day just to make sure we were okay. And that was something that I was like, well, I want to share my life with people like that. Intentional. Just very intentional.
I think it's important to belong to a faith family. They hold you accountable. The biggest blessing I got about joining this church is that I got to join with my actual family. I actually joined the church with my son and daughter-in-law. So I got to join my faith family with my biological family.
I think the minute that Henry said, "This is my new favorite church," I just felt like I liked it and the children liked it, and I felt that God was just calling me to come here. It was a combination of several things. The children had already considered by October last year. They said, well, this is our church now, so we can not just go to Trunk or Treat, but we can have a trunk and be a part of it this year. And I thought, oh, they're already thinking that they're going to be in this church. And I remember one Sunday, Henry gave Pastor Kim a note that said, I want to join. I said to my daughter and son-in-law, I said, I don't know if you realize this or not, or if you have decided this is the church you want to be a part of, but the kids have decided that. And then Andrew and Katie became a part of this church as well.